going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive. But you guys, week 2 of the P4G. The St. Louis Rampardos are head smashing our way against our opponents, the South Florida Bulus and coach LynxForte. It is about to go down. If you guys missed the team builder, go check that out. It is on our channel. It was posted yesterday. You can see what I'm bringing, why I'm bringing it, and so on and so forth. Highly recommend you check that out. Show some love on this on this video. Show the like button. Love, hit it. Hit that button, man. Show some love, man. We're here week 2, tier 3 and below. So we're all using lower tier Pokemon. It's kind of crazy. But we lost last week against Joey. It was a good match though. I'm not upset about it. I'm not taking this league too crazy seriously, man. It's just for fun. So as they all should be. They all should be. But this one, I do want to try to win this one. I feel like we got a really cool strategy with Slurpuff, which leads us to our question today. You have to take a second to type out the comment right now. How many kills is Slurpuff gonna get in this match? 0 to 6. Let me know what you think. I'm gonna guess and hope for 4. If Slurpuff gets 4 kills, I think we win. So more or less. I mean, it seems likely. So yeah, take your guesses. Obviously, if you didn't see the team builder, the strategy this week is very much so revolving around Belly Drum Slurpuff, and I think that's our primary way to try to win this game. So I'm gonna get connected with LynxForte here. We're gonna throw down. We're gonna find out what team he's bringing, and let's make it happen. All right, guys, we are connected here with Lynx. Let's find out what 6 he is bringing. You can see what I'm expecting on the screen. I'm a little worried about the 2 electric types, the Magneton and the Eel. Hopefully he just doesn't bring Magneton. That would be phenomenal. And obviously Medicham and Exploud are just very, very scary Pokemon because they're so strong. Like, we don't have a single switch in to really either of them, no matter what I do. Like, I could have brought Claydol for Medicham, but it can just carry Ice Punch and blow that thing back. And then for Exploud, it's like, okay, I have Kabutops or Escavalier. Like, those are my options. So it's not like we had the best options for those Pokemon. So I'm a little scared of what's gonna go down with those things. But let's see what 60's bringing here. Comfey, no Magneton. Woo! That's what I like to see though. Everything else we got right. No Magneton though, which makes me happy. So he's got the Comfey because probably just trying to be safe of maybe dealing with Sticky Web. You know, he wanted to make sure he had a Sticky Web answer. But no Magneton makes me feel so good because that thing was going to be problematic. So Crocodile, Eel, Jellicent, Medicham, Comfey, and Exploud. So in my mind, he leads, if I had to guess, he leads either a Scarfer or he leads Crook to set up rocks. I really, really like leading Tornadus because his only viable switch into it is the Eel, and I can knock off. So I'm gonna lead Tornadus here. I feel like that's a good bet. It's really strong against his team. Knockoff super good, and you know, we can do a good chunk of damage to that Eel, or I could just simply U-turn out as well. So a couple different options there in terms of how I play this first turn. I feel like that's a pretty solid start. So let's go with that. I could also lead. You know what? No. I kind of want to lead Politoed. I feel like Politoed's really solid in this match. Let's lead Politoed. Because it's actually a better lead. I think the reason why I don't want to lead Tornadus is because I feel like Tornadus is actually really, really, really good in this match. And leading with it could catch me with a Scarfer, whereas I feel like the range strategy isn't as important. So leading Politoed could be really good because if he leads, you know, if he leads Crook, I could substitute up on it. So let's see here. I think Politoed's a solid lead. Scalds are really nice against his team, and like I said, the Jellicent is really the main issue there. He's going to lead Mini Voltage, so he actually does lead with his Eel. So it's good that I didn't lead Tornadus. The downside is now I got to deal with this Eel, which, of course, isn't going to, like, be easy to calc, because he's obviously going to be... I feel like he's going to be very defensive. Let me take a look at this Eel. Part of me just wants to Scald it just to get damage on it. It's actually pretty strong, too. Like, this thing is actually kind of strong. He does get pretty much all the coverage moves that you would expect. So let me see if I can get a calc here for this thing. We're gonna assume level 50. We'll just assume he doesn't really have any offensive investment. A Volt Switch does about a little less than half. I mean, we're gonna assume he's not offensively invested. And my Scald is gonna do, let's assume Eviolite here. I gotta figure out a calc for this thing. My Scald's gonna do like 30% to him, but he'll have to Volt Switch out. So I can also Toxic him, which is kind of nice. I kind of like the Toxic play. I can also substitute and just see what he wants to do. But Toxic's pretty nice. Let's go for the Toxic. I'll hit everything on his team. This will help me wear this thing down. I do connect. I can take a Volt Switch, man. It's going to do like 30%. We have leftovers, so... If he has Thunder, though, that's like just really good prep on his part. He just goes for U-turn, so he actually doesn't even have the... That's really good. That's really good, and now it's toxic. So that was like the best first turn I could have asked for. And now he's got to be really worried bringing Jellison in against me. Unless he's like fast Jellison, but I do have speed on this thing. So I feel like he goes Metacham or Exploud now to just try to, you know, hit something really hard. But the rain is up, which is nice, so I do, you know, if it's Metacham, I can just Scald it. If it's Exploud, I can go into Escavalier, and with the rain up, I can take a Fire Blast. So, and then I get to hit something really hard with a, you know, a knockoff or something, which could be really good. Here comes Speaker Box, so that is going to be the Exploud. So if he's Choice Specs Exploud, let's take a look here. Exploud versus my Escavalier. He's gonna do about 30% to me. He does have to Fire Blast to knock me out, and that's if he's Specs. If he's not Specs, he doesn't really do that much to me. How does Politoed take a hit from this guy? Because I actually might be faster than him anyway, and I could just go for the Scald. But he would knock me out with a Boom Burst if he's Specs. Part of me just wants to go for Scald and just hit him as hard as I can. I feel like my Escavalier switch in here is pretty obvious. It's my main way to deal with this thing. I want to find out if he Specs or not. If he Specs, I live the hit. I'm gonna Scald. I am faster than him, which means he's not max speed. And we do about 40%. He does go for the Boom Burst here. Let's see if he Specs or not. That's Specs. We live it though, but he's Specs. Okay. So we know he's Choice Specs, which is good to know. Okay. So I'm gonna switch to my Escavalier here, because I can take the hit. I know he's Choice Specs now, and I can save my Politoed for later as either death fodder or simply to set up the rain. So I don't know if he's gonna stay in or not. I mean, I can either Scald again here and just try to do damage and let him knock me out or whatever, but this is an opportunity for me to get Escavalier in here, and I can just click knock off and knock off something's item. Even if it's the Crocodile, you know, being able to knock off an item on something is really valuable. And once this Exploud is weakened, it's really less of an issue. And let me actually see here. I'm at 99 speed, so that means he's definitely not running max speed. He's got some bulk on this thing. He's definitely got some bulk on it. He's definitely not running max speed. So that's something to note, that Politoed was faster, which is good. So he's really thinking about this turn. Like, he could go Jealous in here and potentially try to burn my Escavalier. But I don't know if he goes Jealous, then I can just double back into Politoed. So that's not bad. So we'll see if he stays in or not and just goes for the Boom Burst. Excalibur can take it regardless. He does switch out, so he pulls a double into the Jellison, probably into Beetlejuice, which is the Crocodile. Okay. So surprising there, because had I just stayed in his Scald. So he may have Fire Fang, but I can just Mega Horn here if I want to. And what does his Mega Horn switch in? I mean, I could just also just knock off. I kind of want to knock off because I can, he obviously predicted this play though. I'm a little nervous that he's got like Fire MZ, but I think I can take it. So I'm gonna go for the knockoff in case Jellison comes in. I feel like that's his best switch into this thing, but a Mega Horn knocks this thing out. So if he doesn't think he can kill me here, we have I'm really surprised he made that play because I almost just clicked Scald just for damage on the Exploud. That was really, really risky. Unless he thought I was going Ludicolo? I don't know. Weird. Alright, well, the Exploud's at 55%. We know he's got Boom Burst. He's gonna go for Stealth Rocks. Okay. So we can knock out this thing's item here, which is nice. He gets his rocks up, which are annoying. They definitely hurt my team. He is Fire MZ. He's Fire MZ. He's gotta be. He's gotta be. Let's see here. Crocodile. Let's see. Choice Scarf. Let's see if he's got Fire Fang. Fire Fang with Z move in the rain. I do live it. I'm just gonna go for the Mega Horn. I'm just gonna go for the Mega Horn. I'm pretty sure he's Fire MZ. He's gonna crunch. Okay, maybe not. He's trying to get the damage off. That does a lot. Mega Horn does connect. This should knock him out. And it blows him back. Sweet. Escavalier picks up the kill against Crocodile with Mega Horn. Okay, but he does have rocks up, which is annoying, but I got rid of the Crook. So, kind of a bummer, because I probably could have really, like, had so much advantage in this game. But Escavalier's still sitting at a decent amount of health. It stinks that I took that damage, but it's not the end of the world. So, Now our best thing is, what we have to do is really, I mean, same strategy applies here. If I can manage to get up my my screens, which is a little more challenging, it's best to do against either the Jellicent, the Eel, or the Comfey. Then we're gonna be in good shape, but we know our Rotom is gonna outspeed the Exploud. I don't think we're gonna outspeed the Medicham, so. Medicham's a little scary because it could have Bullet Punch, like LynxForte Bullet Punch, so Reflect is gonna be important. Let me see what Medicham's Bullet Punch does. Like a LynxForte Bullet Punch from Medicham. It's doing a little over half, so we're gonna need the Reflect for that to be safe. Here comes the Exploud. So I mean, the Fire Blast here is really, really obvious. I don't know if he goes for it because I could just go into my Politoed. You know what? We're gonna make the safe play here. I'm gonna go Politoed. Well, no, I lose nothing by just staying in. I lose nothing by staying in. I could easily stay in and go for the knockoff here. If he knocks me out, it gets my Rotom in. If he Fire Blast, knocks me out, Rotom comes in and it gets to start setting up screens. I can set up Reflect and then I can set up Light Screen and then I get Slurpuff in and Slurpuff can win. I feel like that's our opportunity. Can I knock out the Eel with Slurpuff at plus? I mean, he's if I go +6, if he's max HP and I'm sitting at +6, he's got EVLA. Yeah, we're gonna knock him out unless he's like max physically defensive. Even then, like the toxic damage wears him off. I feel like I just go for the knockoff here. Let me just see. I feel like my switch out. Let me see here. Exploud. If he Fire Blasts, he knocks me out. If he doesn't, I mean, knockoff here is really solid. Iron Head should knock him out. I like the knockoff play on the double switch. I'm gonna go for knockoff. He goes for Flamethrower, so he's gonna knock me out. Okay, so that's fine. Exploud kills Escavalier with Flamethrower. Okay, so good play on his part. All right, this is the play right here. This is what we do. Really surprised he went Flamethrower there, because if I went Politoed, I think Politoed lives it. But that's okay. All right, we're going Rotom here. All right, so our play is actually to go for the Reflect first, in case Medicham comes in. That's the bigger issue of the two. So we're gonna go for Reflect. And he's got to switch out here. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I feel like, I mean, the other thing that could mess us up is like Curse Body Jellicent, but he's got to be Water Absorb Jellicent. He's got to be Water Absorb. So we're gonna go for Reflect. We're making the plays. This is the game that I'm going for right now. I'm going for game basically. We still have Ludicolo though. We still have a Ludicolo plan at the back. Like, you know, Ludicolo can come in and try to win this game as well still. So it's not like this is all or nothing, but, and we still have Tornadus too. I feel like that Medicham, he's gonna switch out, so I am gonna get my Reflect up. He's gonna go into Old No Name, which I think is the Jellicent. Perfectly fine with me. I get my Reflect up, which is what I was aiming for, and I want him to knock me out to get Slurpuff in. I'm gonna go for Light Screen now. And maybe we don't go right into Slurpuff on the Jellicent, but maybe I go into Tornadus and U-turn out or something like that. I have 8 turns, so we have plenty of turns. I don't want to risk Slurpuff coming in and getting burned though. So I'll get my Light Screen out. Let's see what he's gonna go for, if he goes for like a Scald or something. Or if he goes for like a Willow, predicting the switch. He's gonna go for Scald. I do want him to knock me out, but I'm trying to figure out. He does a solid chunk there. I can just Volt Switch here for damage though. Let's go for Volt Switch. I can get my Ludicolo in against this thing, and I get to click Giga Drain. He actually has not really any good switch-ins to a Giga Drain. So we have that as an option too. I just need to get my Slurpuff in against something that can set up against, which is probably the Eel. Alright, let's see here. We've got plenty of turns though. Light Screen and Reflect. Plenty of turns. Sorry, you guys probably hear some really loud noise. It's the garage opening. Sorry about that. Okay. Yeah, he's got to be super nervous about Slurpuff right now though. But probably has Will-O-Wisp. He's gonna switch out, which means I get a Volt Switch off into Speaker Box. I think this is our play. Slurpuff comes in against Exploud. How much is Exploud doing with a Boom Burst? In Light Screen. 61 to 72. That's close. That's close. Oh, we DC'd. No. I think we DC'd. Why did we DC? I think we DC'd. I'll see. I'll try to make a play here. I mean, I think we DC'd though. So I can go into Slurpuff here. And Slurpuff takes half its health and then gets Citrus Berry and then I think lives the Boom Burst. But that's really risky. I can also just go into my Tornadus and click knockoff, which I think will knock him out. It should knock him out, yeah. I'll just go into my Tornadus, but I think we disconnected. Yeah, we did. Okay, so we're gonna have to reconnect and try to replay. Alright guys, we are back. It took us a while to recreate. I kept scald burning the Exploud, but my play was here to go into my Tornadus, so we have recreated the battle pretty accurately as best as we could. Luckily it wasn't too far in, so Tornadus is in. It's gonna take some stealth rocks here, and my play is to knock off, so I feel pretty good about that play. So I'm gonna just go for the knockoff here. That should knock out the Exploud. If he decides to save his Exploud, that's fine. If he goes into Eel, I can knock that thing off and do some damage there, and obviously we have our dual screens right now, which are really, really nice, so it's just a matter of trying to find an opportunity for Slurpuff to come in and click Belly Drum, which our turns are decreasing. Like, we're definitely losing turns to do that, but at the same time, we're putting a lot of pressure on him, and Tornadus looks so good against this team. If he's not Scarf Metacham, then, like, Tornadus looks phenomenal, so we'll see here. I mean, his best way to handle this thing at this point is he's got to switch out and take a knockoff at something, unless he's afraid that I'm going to go for, like, a flying move or something. Like Eel would make a lot of sense, but if I knock off that thing's item, then its effectiveness is like drastically reduced, and then I can go into my Slurpuff and try to set up on the Eel. So we have a couple different ways to go about this, and also like we still have Rain with Ludicolo, and Ludicolo looks really good. So he's gonna save his Exploud surprisingly, and he's gonna go into No Name, which is gonna be his Jellicent, which is fine by me. I get a big knockoff on this thing. Let's find out how much it's gonna do. It's gonna do a tremendous amount of damage, and actually it was a Wakanberry. Okay, that puts him in range for another knockoff here. Feel pretty safe about that, so I'm just gonna go for a second knockoff and just get rid of this thing's item, or just knock him out. So that's really good. Physically offensive Tornadus here with knockoff, looking really good against this team. And once Jellicent's gone too, that's one less thing for, you know, Ludicolo to worry about. So he does have switch-ins obviously to knock off, but you know, I can knock off the Eel as well. And like, even though Slurpuff isn't looking like primed to sweep yet, because I'm running out of turns, like we're still in a really commanding position with our Tornadus, so I'm okay with that. I just want to make sure that I get to use my Z move, not because I just like want to use it because it's cool. I like want to make sure I can hit something really hard with it. But he's gonna just let this thing go down. So Tornadus kills Jellicent with a knockoff. So that was definitely a specially defensive Jellicent meant to combat the whatchamacallit. Why was he Wakanberry? Oh, for Rotom. Okay, so yeah, he was Wakanberry for offensive Rotom and Pikachu, I think. Which I didn't bring Pikachu because I was because Crooked Owl outsped it. Otherwise, I felt like Pikachu had a pretty cool matchup this week. But because Crooked Owl was faster, it hits 92 speed instead of 90, I went against it. But that's surprising to see that. So now he either goes Electric, or if he's Scarf Metacham, he goes Scarf Metacham. But if he goes Scarf Metacham, that gives Slurpuff a chance to set up. So I'm okay with that. And actually, if he goes Comfey, I just Z-move. If he goes Eel, I just knock off and get rid of that thing's item and make it easier for Ludicolo to potentially win here. So, because the little Eel dude, let's see what he's gonna go into before I start calcing all sorts of crazy stuff. But yeah, maybe he's Eviolite and I knock off. Once that Eviolite's gone, he loses so much power, and I can live a hit from him with Light Screen. So yeah, I mean that Eel isn't really doing much to me. And once that Eviolite's gone, like I said, I mean, we can superpower, we can hit something really hard. So I can also U-turn out, but I think just getting rid of that thing's item is really, really useful. So he's gonna go to mini voltage here, so that is the Eel. Okay, so this is my option here. I can use this opportunity to try to set up with Slurpuff. You know, I can bring my Slurpuff in and try to set up on this dude and just make that the play while I still have turns of Reflect. The other option is just going for knockoff. This is a really defining moment here because I know I can live a hit from him. If I go for a knockoff, like, I feel like going Slurpuff here and belly drumming is a really solid play. But then if he doubles into Metacham, that's where I struggle. I do lean towards just going for knockoff. Like, do I need Tornadus still? I feel like I kind of do. In some ways. I'm gonna go for the U-turn. So I will get the U-turn off here. I'm going to Slurpuff. We're gonna make the play for Slurpuff here. If he goes for Thunderbolt, that's fine. We can take it really well. So I'm gonna go for it. Slurpuff comes in. He goes for Discharge. That's actually really scary because we obviously run the risk of being paralyzed. He doesn't get the para. Really scary though, because now I have to make a tough decision. I mean, I can just go for the belly drum here and hope for the best. I'm going for the belly drum. I'm hoping I don't get paralyzed. If I get paralyzed, then I'm simply going to set up sticky webs and just let Slurpuff go down. So that's kind of our backup plan. If I don't get paralyzed, I'm surprised he brought Discharge, man. That's scary, dude. That's really good bring on his part, bringing Discharge. All right, he's gonna have to try to paralyze me here. It's gonna come down to whether he gets a Discharge para or not. I wish I brought the other berry instead. Oh man, that's gonna be crazy. All right, we get a lot of health back. He goes for the Flash Cannon. I think I live this though. We do. Okay, good. We do. And we are set up. Okay. Slurpuff set up. All right, let's run some calcs here. If I'm +6, he's max HP Eviolite. And I Drain Punch. I got a Drain Punch. I want the health. How many turns left? I have 1 turn left to reflect. I'm going for the Drain Punch. I don't know if it's gonna knock him out, but getting that health back I think is really important. If it doesn't knock him out, he dies to poison anyway. The problem is Bullet Punch may be able to knock me out from Metacham, which is kind of scary. I don't know, that's sketchy. I probably should have set up sticky webs. But Politoed's outspeeds the Exploud and can knock it out. Ludicolo looks really good still. Tornadus can still use its C move. I'm gonna Drain Punch. I need this to knock this thing out. It's not going to. A little short. Alright, I hope he Flash Cannons though. He goes for U-turn. Okay. He's gonna Bullet Punch with Metacham. Yeah, he's gonna go into Metacham here and Bullet Punch. That's a bummer. So he's gonna be able to stop the sweep. And there's not much I can do about it. I gotta just take the Bullet Punch. Yeah, he went right into Metacham. Okay. Alright, so here's the question. If he is Life Orb, he 1,000,000% knocks me out. If he's not Life Orb, he doesn't. That's tricky. I feel like I just have to take the hit. It stinks too, because I should have set sticky webs, man. He's got a Bullet Punch here. I don't want to lose this thing. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it and go into Politoed. I'm pretty sure Ludicolo can one-shot Metacham with Hydro Pump. It should. Alright, I'm going to Politoed. I know the Bullet Punch coming, and I know he's gonna knock me out with it. So, I might as well go Politoed here. I get the Rain out. That's gonna get Ludicolo a chance to come in and Hydro Pump. He goes for Bullet Punch. I hope he's Life Orb. Metacham kills Politoed with a Bullet Punch. Is he Life Orb? Yes, okay. That damage is crucial. Light Screen wears off, that's fine. Here comes Ludicolo. And Jellicent's gone. Now I click Hydro Pump. Hydro Pump. This should kill him. This should kill him. Yeah, it should kill him. It does 89.6. He should be at 90%. So, I mean, this should be a knockout here. And he should have pretty much max speed, so... Hydro Pump kills something. And even Comfey, I don't think, wants to come in on this. Like, a defensive Comfey should get to a KO by the Hydro Pump as well. Oh, man. How much is Metacham doing with Bullet Punch against my Tornadus? Like 30%? Okay, so that's good to know. We need to know roughly what that calc is too. So Tornadus can come in and Z-move it. But if I knock out this Metacham right now, we're in great shape. I feel like he's got to sack off his eel right now. And then go Comfey, maybe. And try to stall out rain turns. So he can get Metacham back in. He's gonna switch it out, yeah. Go Comfey. He goes to Y. Okay, if I can two-shot this thing, that's gonna be really, really good for us. Let's see if I can two-shot him, but he's gonna probably use this thing to try to... I missed! Oh. I missed. That might just cost us the game. I have to Hydro Pump again. I missed. I missed, dude. That might just cost us the game right there. That might just cost us the game right there, dude, because I missed. Wow. That damage was so big. %, dude. 80%. I needed that to hit because it was a two-shot on the Comfey. He's gonna Giga Drain. Surprising that he Giga Drains. Does okay damage. I hit this one. Let's see if it's a two-shot or not. Oh my god, that is more than a two-shot, dude. Wow. That's dreadful that we missed then. Alright, it's still, we're not out of it yet. I have to Hydro Pump again. Surf may kill, but I can't risk Surf not killing because if he Giga Drains and gets health back, and I don't kill. Okay, so we still have a chance here. Our way to win this is Tornadus coming in, and I have to Z Hurricane the Metacham. Once Comfey's down, Tornadus can potentially win this game. Because I can live, I'll be at 50%, I should be able to live a Bullet Punch from the Metacham. Because we know he's Life Orb. So I should be able to live a Bullet Punch at 50%. Yeah, I 100% live at 50% a Bullet Punch from Adamant Life Orb Max Attack. Man, that miss. That's the game we play though. It happens, you know, you gotta just kind of realize it's, you know, that's the risk of running Hydro Pump. But, you know, 80% accurate, you expect it to hit most of the time. He's gonna get Drain here. As long as I hit this Hydro Pump, we should be okay. It'll knock out the Comfey. Okay. Okay, and I think we have one more turn of rain left, if I'm not mistaken. Which is good, which means I get to hit one more thing. Okay, so now we're in an okay situation here because the eel is really, really low. So Tornadus should be able to knock it out with a superpower. Well, I can't superpower actually. Should be able to knock it out with a knockoff because it's really, really low. And then I have Z Hurricane for Metacham. Where the only thing is if he makes predictions though and saves his Metacham on the Z Hurricane, that could be problematic. Then I have to hit a 70% accurate Hurricane basically is what it comes down to. So, even though it's looking okay for us, here comes Mini Voltage, which is actually really good. That was one of the things I was worried most about. I can just Scald this thing. I'm assuming this is my last turn. I can actually Giga Drain it. I kind of like Giga Drain. I'm assuming Giga Drain knocks this thing out. Let me just run a calc, because I want to make sure I don't mess this up. If he's like max special defense, Eviolite, Giga Drain should knock it out. Like max specially defensive, Surf definitely knocks it out. How much am I taking from a Bullet Punch with Ludicolo? I have to make sure I knock this thing out. Bullet Punch shouldn't do really anything to me. It's resisted. I think I just go for the Surf and knock this thing out. I don't think it's worth messing around. Let's just Surf it. It's not worth messing around. I gotta make sure I get the kill. Because if I don't, that's gonna be really annoying. Okay. So now he's got to go Metacham here. And again, this same situation, it's going to come down to the Z Hurricane. Which is annoying, but that's how it's going to be. I can also like try to I don't know. This is sketchy because I'm gonna have to hit a Hurricane to win this game. Because if he's gonna go Metacham here and go for the revenge kill, yep. So he goes Metacham to get the revenge kill here. And then he just sacks off. I'm just gonna Giga Drain. I'm sure he's faster. And then he sacks off Exploud. You know what I could do? I can go Rotom and Volt Switch though, on the hopes that he thinks I'm faster. That's another option. Or Overheat, doesn't matter. I'm gonna go immediately Rotom once he knocks me out, because he's gonna think that Rotom's faster. Like naturally Rotom outspeeds Metacham, so I feel like if his win condition is Metacham, he's gonna switch it out and go to Exploud. He's gonna go Drain Punch to get health back. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna make that play though. I think that that's actually a good play, is going into Rotom here, because Rotom naturally outspeeds. I'm not faster, but he's gonna think I'm faster. Because if I go Tornadus and I click Z Hurricane, which is what I have to do, and he goes Exploud on the Z move, then it basically comes down to me having to hit a Hurricane no matter what. So I mean that's the play. That's the play. Whereas if I overheat here, I may not have to do that. So I'm gonna go for the overheat. Because if he goes into Exploud here on the overheat, then I don't have that issue. Either way, it's gonna come down to whether or not I hit a Hurricane, because I have to go for the Z move with Tornadus, I think. So it's gonna come down to a 7 out of 10 times we should win this game. I mean, he still has the chance to critically hit my Tornadus with Bullet Punch. Like, that's still an option. But obviously that's like a less than a 5% chance. So the odds are in our favor here. But I'm very sketched out about it. I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to burn the Z move. Like, there's no other way. I mean, the other option is, no, I can't even do that. Like, when Tornadus comes in, it's gotta click. So he is just gonna stay in here. Okay, so he's just gonna go for the kill. Metacham kills Rotom with Drain Punch. Okay, so the other thing is maybe I faked him out, and maybe he thinks that I don't have Z Hurricane. I don't know, but my play here is to go into this dude. Okay, this is what the game's gonna come down to. I mean, I lost differential there. I don't really care about that. Our play is the Z move. It's the strongest thing I can hit him with. So we're gonna go for Supersonic Sky Strike. If he goes Exploud and sacks it, which is his best play here, then it comes down to me hitting a Hurricane, basically, which we know is gonna knock him out. So I just have to hit the Hurricane. He stays in and Bullet Punches. I should live this. Okay, we should be good then. All right, so we knock out the Metacham. Okay, then that should be game. That should be game. We know the Exploud's choice specs, and we know it's really weak. Tornado should be able to seal the deal here. That was scary, man. I feel like, I mean, he had no way to know that I was Z-move, right? Like, he had no way to know. I could have been any item. So to him, I could have been Acrobatics. He already saw Knockoff. I think he might have seen U-turn. So to him, I could have been physical anyway. Like, I could have had Acrobatic. Like, he doesn't know, you know what I mean? But we just knock off here. I could Superpower, actually. Superpower 100% accurate. Yeah, it is. Okay. Whew! Tornadus, baby! And we're gonna win the game. 2-0. Could have been 3-0, but again, I wanted to kind of bait him with that Rotom to just make sure that we didn't make a misplay there. It works out. We pick up a 2-0 win against Lynx, despite the disconnect. Not a big deal there. Good game, though. I thought Slurpuff was going to be the key to victory, man, but he had enough to stop it there. His Metacham was just enough with the bullet punch. There just wasn't much I could do to stop that. I thought I could stay enough health, but I wasted too many turns to reflect, so kind of a lesson there. He navigated it really well, but I knew that Tornadoes could still win this game once I got rid of the Comfey weaken that thing. You know, the Metacham was very scary, but we made it happen. So props to Lynx, guys. Go check out his side of the battle. Hope you enjoyed this match. It was a good one, man. I thought that was a good one. Nice to win, though. It was nice to see the rain come out on top for week 2 here, and we could pick up a W and kind of move forward there. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you're new. My name is Dan. I also go by aDrive. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. Thanks so much for checking out my last video. If you like that one, you'll definitely like this one. And be sure to subscribe for more as I post Pokemon videos every single day.